So this move right here, you don't need a ton of weight to make this effective. All we're gonna do, we're gonna learn kind of how to load that hip, push off that instep laterally, and then let that upper body follow while using the core. We're keeping the arms wide. We're gonna really learn how to create width in our golf swing while rotating. That usually equals accuracy and efficiency when it comes to speed. Also help protect that low back for sure. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start out here. You're gonna let it kind of fall back. We're loading into that hip. We're gonna push. So right when we get right here, we're really feeling that big toe on the ground. We're gonna push and then rotate that upper body through. So we're just here, rotate. I'm gonna scoot a little closer and then step, push laterally, rotate through. Feel that core, let those arms stay long. It's a move that might look kind of simple, but it's really not, especially if you pick the right weight. You're gonna feel a lot of core. You're gonna feel that right hip really working. You're gonna feel this trail foot really working to grip the ground. Sit into that hip and then let it go. Sit into the hip, just like that. Keep it smooth. Don't pick so much weight that you can't keep those arms long. We're gonna do the other side. So obviously I'm righty. That was my through side, my natural side. We're always gonna do the other side. We wanna still be balanced. Gonna save us from injury, keep us more efficient as well. The better that left side gets, the better we're able to slow the club down. That means the more speed we can actually create. So 3 sets of 10, then we're on to the next move. So here we're really working on sinking into that hip, loading that hip. As always, we're gonna do both sides. That loading hip might feel a little easier, but the better we get sinking into that lead hip, the better we're gonna have that follow through. The more we're gonna be able to push into the ground, push out of the ground, create more speed. So we're just gonna, you don't have to have one of these. You can put it up on a bench, a couch. You can even just do a split stance. You don't have to have your foot up. So we're just gonna hug this ball into the chest here. This is a 20-pound ball. We're just sinking down, rotating in, and then pushing out. Make sure that big toe's staying down. And we don't want to have that hip be going this way. We really want to keep that hip out here as we sink into it. Some people might find as they rotate, that hip kind of reverse pivots. We do not want that. And that's just the product typically of poor internal hip rotation. And this is definitely a good drill to slowly work that internal hip rotation in a dynamic sense. But I have a lot of videos on how to improve that internal hip rotation, get those glute meads working a little better. And you might find one hip's a lot worse than the other. All the more reason to really pay attention to those imbalances in the body and work to correct them. So this move right here, you're just gonna put a light bend in the ankle. Find yourself a slider. If you're doing it on hard floor, you can just use a towel. We're gonna step out, we're gonna get a good amount of tension. So the interesting thing, we're really gonna use those adductors, but we're also gonna load into this lead hip. They've found that the adductor is one of the most active muscles in the body in that through swing. I'm sure you're like, I don't even know if I work out my adductors ever. So obviously this is a great move because we're hitting that glute, we're hitting a lot of quad and glute stability, but at the same time we're working that trail side adductor just like we would in the golf swing. So you can even do this without the medicine ball, but we want to stay stacked on this lead hip, let that foot out, a little bit of rotation, and then up. So we're out, rotate, up. And then you can kind of combine the rotation. Good. We're gonna do 3 sets of 8 of this one. Definitely gonna feel some muscles if I can get out of it. As you can see, be careful getting out of it. Definitely gonna feel some muscles you probably haven't felt before. Take that one slow. You can even use a lighter band than that. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, like I always say, leave them in the comments. I'll definitely answer them in the comments. If you have questions about future videos, I'll do my best to get around to those videos as well. As always, thank you guys.